Hey everybody, this is Steve 87th here, bringing you another mail call. Hey everybody, Steve 87th here with some mail calls and also a haul basically from the last train show that I went to. So the first thing that I got was we got mini prints of the month, but we'll show that in a minute. The other thing that I got was from Interactive Hobbies. So Interaction Hobbies is kind of cool. They do both 3D printing and we call it laser cutting. Which is kind of nice. If you guys want to get in touch with them, you can search them on Facebook. Go ahead and use this code. Just snap the picture or whatever. They're a place up in Canada, out of British Columbia. So there's a few things that I got from them. The first thing was that I thought was kind of cool was they have crazy cat lady accessories. So you can see here. I have not opened these up, but they've got the cat lady and all kinds of cats and cat paraphernalia and cat trees and all that. I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to have as a fun accessory to have around. Now, I gotta go in order here, so this makes sense. You guys can already see one of the things. So one of the other things that I got from them, they make a small little portable trailer. It's a portable office because you can see it doesn't have any trailer wheels on it. So it's a 20-footer basically for a portable office trailer, which is kind of nice. Again, from Interaction Hobbies. And along with that, they give you an opportunity to buy a little bit more stuff for it. So you can buy the actual interior of the whole thing. So it comes in with a modern small office. You can see that these are all 3D printed parts. It comes with some tables, some computers, and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be kind of cool. You can just easily detail up the trailer itself. Okay. So next thing up was another thing that I wanted to buy just because I've seen this quite a bit and I thought it'd be kind of cool. This is an industrial dust extractor. It is, again, a 3D, looks like it is more of the cutout parts, laser etched parts and all that. So I thought it would be kind of cool. You can see that it gives some pretty good, easy instructions to it. So that'd be kind of nice to put together. You can put that on almost any building that does anything, like anything that builds stuff, anything that has welding in it, anything that, you know, is furniture or something like that related. All of them. So the other thing that I thought I would get, now these guys are actually out of British Columbia, Canada, which is north of Washington in the United States. And one of the things that they did, based on everything that's going on right now, they included a copy or a replica of the Peace Arch. So the Peace Arch, I've gone through this quite a few times. Well, not through it because you can't drive through it anymore. But this is on the U.S.-Canadian border between the United States and, between Washington's border crossing and Canada's border crossing. And it's really nice. This was a free gift that they gave for everybody who purchased. And on the back, it kind of tells you a bit about the story of the Peace Arch. So that was Interaction Hobbies. Again, I've seen them quite a few times. They have some other stuff. Go on their website. It's really kind of cool. If you want a meth lab on your layout, they actually have a meth lab that you can do. They also have the famous Winnebago that the meth lab is used from. So if you guys have been watching Breaking Bad, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So the mini prints of the month, I got that. I was a little surprised with what came in it this time. Bernard already went over these. So these are the hay bales for baled hay. There are actually a couple of tractors out there that already have hay balers on them that you could get to use the bales of hay. I think it's either Bush or Prizer has a bunch of HO scale tractors that work in that capacity. This is the little battery mover that Bernard was talking about. So you can see the size of this. I don't want to take it out because there's some parts in it. But this is like a battery operated mover that would be in a small factory or something, that maybe a transload facility or something like that, just to move the vehicles around easily. So that was kind of cool. That was different. What else you got? Oh, basketball hoops. Oh, one of them doesn't have the nets on them anymore. So sometimes in packaging, in transport, it gets a little tough. So you can see he's got, I don't want to take these out. So those are basketball hoops. One of them has a net. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to see in the package, but one of them has a net. And then these are the snowshoes that he was talking about. You get 2 sets of the snowshoes. Those are really finely detailed. We have a person standing out in the cold in their parka. Bernard talked about that too. We have some more critters. It looks like, not exactly sure what those are. I think they're the bobcats. And then he's got some ducks and geese that go along with those. And then finally, he has his rock walls that you can see here. You just take those 2 little things out and they will match up with the other side. So that's kind of cool. There was something else I thought came in here, but that was the mini prints of the month. So that's my first portion of my hauls. Let's see what else. Alrighty, this is another eBay pack purchase. Sorry, didn't know what my words were that were coming out. I'm curious to see how this will actually fit. This is actually a log debarker. Let's see if we can get any good things in there. So the premise of this, you have a log that's been fed into the debarker. It comes up, it has these rollers. This puts pressure down on it, right? The 2 tubes will put pressure down on this to keep the log in place. And then there's knives. Let's see if you can see it from this side. There are cutting knives that are sort of in there that come up and debark your log before it goes into the sawmill. I've got to say that there is some really nice detail. We're going to try to get it. I'm going to try to show some detail here. We might just have to zoom in. Sometimes it's easier to zoom in. No, but he did do some nice detail. He kind of tried to put some bark on the tree. That's always going to be kind of hard to see. There's some items that still have to be punched out. Those little trees there that you see are actually support beams and all that. I thought that this might be a little big. This is a scale log, comes out to be about 3 feet in diameter, which is much larger than the trees that I want to go. When I just looked it up and all that, if this was a Douglas fir, it would be about 150 feet tall. Most of the logs that I'm going to do aren't that big. This is a 40-foot log that is in here, though. The other measurement that I noticed, one of the kits, the lumberyard accessory kit that Walters puts out, actually has a debarking shed, but it doesn't have anything in it, which is really kind of bad. So I wanted something inside of it. And this should fit. After doing the measurements on this, it's about 2¼ inches wide, and then this should fit within the house. Sorry, I gotta try to figure out which scale ruler we got to do here. And so within the house, that's going to be 3.5, and that house is actually about 4 inches or so long. So this should fit within that Walters house. So, and it's got obviously this nice big cement wall, cement platform that it's on and all. So I wound up I bought 2 of them, but he gave me 3 because there's a couple of prints that came out a little wonky. So I guess he figured if I can't quite clean them up, I could possibly use parts from them or something like that. So we'll see. Ooh, that one really had some problems with it. So we might have to take parts off of one to fix up another one to make sure that it all works right. Okay. So I'm not too sure about it yet. I'm plus or minus on it because of some of the defects that came on the other ones, but then again, it's something that I've been looking for a long time. Nobody else has built. So we're going to give it a whirl, and at some point in time, I'll paint those up, and hopefully we'll see what it looks like. All right, so one of the few train shows I was able to get to this year was my one in Monroe, Washington for the 4-H, which is always a fun one to go to. One of the things that I wound up getting there was a lot more logging stuff. Imagine that, Pacific Northwest, you can get logging things. However, one of the places that was selling a bunch of stuff was Roger Roosman of Coastman's evergreen fir trees and all kinds of different unique scenery. He has really nice sets of old growth forest and other items that he sells for a decent price. This is, I don't know, 15 fir trees up to 9 inches tall. So that's a pretty good height. Gives you nice little directions on how to put them together, including all the sticks and branches and stuff like that. And even has the pins to drill into the bottom of the things to actually make them stick into your layout scenery. So he was there, but there was another guy, and unfortunately I don't have his card and I can't remember his name. However, he's very well known because he actually makes trees and stuff like that. From him, I got some of this beach debris, where some of these are just normal cut things that he found out there. Some of them he actually works into logs and all that. There's some other nice debris, so you can see that they're clean without any bark on them and things like that. That'll be kind of good for my estuaries. He has a lot of loose sort of logs that he cuts out. I'm not exactly sure what tree this is. And then he also makes certain things. So Burr Stewart actually has 1 or 2 stumps that he has made. So these are actually burnt stumps that he's made that you can see are different sizes. You can stick them into your area where the big burnt trees are going to be at and all that for burnt stumps. So that's kind of nice. And then along with that, I got a couple of more logging truck ends that I can use. You're supposed to use these for the Ather and Kenworths, but I've got other trucks that I was going to use them for. Either way, these are pretty nice. I still got to put them together. So I've got that. Another person that I've gone to, and I've seen him quite a few times, is Piper Craftsman Kits. Now, he's a really good guy. He does a lot of neat new stuff, and does a lot of interior things. Here is his information. Yes, it's going to be a shout out, but this is not sponsored by anybody. But Sean really does some nice work. Unfortunately for me, it's all in N scale, but I was able to buy something for a change. So he has come up with this little laser etched detail parts painting tool, where it's just 2 round little tubs, which gives you a nice stable base to place onto the table, and then gives you also another base to put your little parts on and glue them in there. But he has lots of detail parts, the parts that you're seeing there, the drums and some other things and all that. He has some really nice detail parts for N scale. So take a look at him, go to his website and check out, or you can, go to his website at pipercraftsmankits.com. Especially for you N-scale people, he's got a lot of things to look at. Of course, one of the things that we like to do when we're at train shows is to find some bargains. So because of some of the things that I'm going to do, these Cornerstone extendable container trailers are one of the things that I really like and can find. And at $10, it was really kind of a bargain because I think they're like 20 bucks now. The other thing that I found was a D-Mag paver with wheels, which this is a Keebri one. It's an older model. This is like $25, so it's like half price of what the current one is that is listed for sale normally. And as usual at most big train shows, they were selling t-shirts. But the thing that was different about these t-shirts, which is really kind of nice, it's one of those vinyl pressed ones. You can see it's got multiple colors. They did a really nice rendition of the Great Northern on this one. They even have in the front, they did a really, really nice job. You can see it's vinyl pressed on t-shirts. But the fun thing was, it was actually for bigger size people. Yeah, really hard to find anything that's like a 3X or 4X at a train show. So I was able to get me a t-shirt for trains. And finally this month, the last of the new releases this year from Die Masters. This is the larger Cat 395 Next Gen Hydraulic Excavator. I got one of these at the last time that you guys saw this, but this one is like the smaller one that I got from last month. Hold on a second, let me come back to this. All right, really struggled getting the foam out of here. But this is, it's one of the larger ones. So you can see here that it's got a very, very large bucket. But the other thing that it has, like the smaller one that I got, it has extra tools on it. So it has the big cutting gripper, and then it also has the braking bar that comes with it. This is the difference. So there are two of the Cat 395 excavators that they sell. One of them is the plain excavator. The other one is this excavator, which actually has the attachments with it. So those are my finds and grabs for this month. These things are packed in here so tight. There we go. So you can see here, oh, this doesn't come with an operator. Usually they come with an operator. That's odd. That's different. This is the first time I've not seen it with an operator. Really nice detail though. Big crane. I'll show you how big it is and compared to, oh, what have I got? Oh, there we go. That'll be nice. So it's a pretty big crane. It's meant for mining and stuff like that. So that is all that I have for today. So this is Steve87 saying thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you again next month when I have more things to show you. Everybody have a good year. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye now.